Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 26 of the Bandwagon Hockey Podcast. We got a fun one coming tonight. We are coming at you. It is 7:47 Eastern Time, which means we are about 13, well, not exactly 13 minutes away from the live broadcast of the NHL Draft Lottery, aka we will be finding out where Connor Bedard will be playing next season in about 40 minutes. And so Ryan and I are going to do something kind of fun for this episode. Originally, we were considering doing a podcast and then also doing a live reaction, but we decided to tie them together. So again, 7:47. So we're going to talk about the games, and there is lots to talk about. Talk about the games for about 25 minutes. And then the last, 10, 15 minutes of the pod, plus maybe another couple minutes to talk about what happened in the draft lottery, is going to be us reacting to the draft lottery. And I think it's going to be really fun to listen to. Hopefully something ridiculous happens. Ryan and I both kind of have like a dark horse team that we chaotically want to win the lottery because of how little they've been talked about as a real possibility for this guy. We'll get to that later. But first things first, Ryan, how are you on lottery day?
I am doing fantastic. Lottery day is very exciting for many reasons. Normally, as a Sens fan, we are heavily invested, but this year that is much less the case from our team's standpoint, but very much the case for the number one overall spot for Connor Bedard. So I'm pumped to finally just know where this guy is gonna go after 3+ years of just hype. So I'm finally excited to see how that shakes out and see how kind of our live reaction to it goes here. I'm pumped to see how this goes. I don't have my phone, which I normally heavily rely on. The stream.
You've got it with you've got your broadcast on it.
Oh yeah, so I'm normally heavily wrong in many things, and I'm going to be even more wrong this pod. So how are you doing?
So, Ryan is raw dogging the podcast, everyone. No, I'm good. I guess this is the first pod since I did my honors presentation, so it kind of feels like I'm like presenting right now, which is weird. Like I was really going ham on that over the last weekend. But no, I'm excited. I'm so excited to know where the frig this guy is going to go. I'm excited to see who gets number 2 and likely Adam Fantilli. I'm looking forward to seeing where Arizona slots in just because they've been so... Actually, no, I'm more excited to see where Chicago ends up. I think it'd be hilarious if they drop to like the 5th pick. I think they're at 3 right now. I personally want either San Jose to Anaheim get the pick. The Western Conference, I think, needs a little bit of bump. One of these assy-ass teams needs to like get her going here because the Eastern Conference is dominating this league right now. But we can talk about all of that in about, 15, 20 minutes. First, maybe if you want to get into some of these series that we've got going down. We just had a trio of game 3s go down yesterday. Some ridiculously interesting results. Like all 3 games were just wild. And then we've got game 3 tonight between Edmonton and Vegas, which is coming up after the draft lottery. So we'll probably end the pod before that game starts. But we've got Devils making it a series, getting back into it, making it 2-1 with an 8-4 win over Carolina, maybe the game of the playoffs thus far. Florida took a commanding 3-0 series lead against the Leafs. If you'll recall, 2 episodes ago, the episode was named They Finally Did It. And now we are a week later, and we are in this situation, so we'll get into that. And then Seattle with a dominant 7-2 win, getting Jake Ottinger out of the net. Doesn't happen often to take a 2-1 series lead. Ryan, where do you want to start with these games?
Well, I'll start with the Devils because that was the one I definitely got to see the most of yesterday. I was very appreciative of an early start, so I got to see the whole thing, which was nice, and it was a wild one to kind of sit down and watch. So I was saying to Mitch, never have I watched an 8-4 game before that felt so close. Like, I don't know, the Hurricanes never completely felt out of it, regardless of how the score might look. I think it may have got up to like 6-2 at some point, and then they clawed back to 6. Or no, it got to 6-1, I think, and then they clawed back to 6-3 or 6-4, and then it was like 7-3, I think. I don't know. It never got further than Like, I think the Devils kept pushing it to like 4 or 5, and then they kept coming back to 2 or 3. Right? It never got.
It was like a 2-goal game for most of it. It was a 2-goal game for most of it.
Yeah.
No, I because you texted me. I think you texted me saying that it's like the closest 8-4 game you think there ever is going to be. Like the closest a 4-goal game can be.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I kind of just assumed that the last 2 goals were empty netters because, like, I don't know, weirder things have happened.
I'm so sorry.
That's going to be so brutal for anyone with headphones in.
Yeah, my bad.
That's going to be
the wrong button.
Tough. Damn, that's gonna be like a jump scare. Anyway, hopefully no one's deafened from that. No, like 8-4 game. I figured there were probably 2 empty net goals. And like I don't know, Brindamore pulled the goalie with like a 7-4 deficit or something. But no, like all goals were like just straight up, no empty nets, nothing, just 8-4, just pedal to the metal, barn burn the whole game. Jack Hughes with 4 points. Both goalies on Carolina kind of sold. Like Freddie looked like shit. I'm curious to see who they go back to for game 4. It'd be kind of cool if they went with Kochetkov, but I doubt that happens. Do you know what's up with Ronta? Because I thought he was their starter in the first round.
Yeah, he's got to be hurt or something. I don't remember exactly what kept him out of the lineup, but I don't think he even dressed because Kochetkov went, like, he was dressed as the backup and came in for Anderson. So I honestly have no clue what's up with him. I didn't see
sick.
the report. Oh, was he?
He was sick.
That makes sense.
So he missed Sunday, but he practiced today. So you got to think he probably gets back in for the next game, considering he was pretty much their guy for the first round, if I'm not mistaken. That was not a series that I paid a lot of attention to, Carolina and the Islanders. But no, it was so sick seeing the Devils like just go off. Obviously, like the Hughes had a kind of a signature game, I guess, in this early in his career. It's tough to say that, but this early in his career, 4 points, 2-2. Got in a big scuffle with Sebastian Aho, like Carolina's version of Jack Hughes, like franchise forward, and loses his tooth, and just like really cool shit from a guy who's up for the Lady Byng Trophy this year. Like just wild things happening in that game, which was pretty cool.
Does the post-game interview without his tooth with his brother, who got also 2 points. Like it was just I don't know. It was the Hughes show, and you must just think about Quinn and like how sad he is that he's just he's the only one that's not in on the fun.
Man, I want him there so bad. I want him there so bad. It's so wild though that New Jersey's been down 2-0 in both series, and like it's crazy. They're just such a good team. They're so fun to watch. Like I didn't get to watch this game, so I just watched the highlights, and like I want to make a point to watch that game. I think tomorrow night. And just because, like, I think I need to appreciate this Devils team more. Like, they're so fun. They're so fast. Like,
what put it away in that game was I think they had a nearly, if it was not a full 2 minutes, it was nearly a full 2 minutes of 5-on-3, and they just, you could tell they had the killer instinct, and that was it. Like I think it was 6-4 at that point. And then I think they quickly made it 8-4, and it was done at that point. So it was fun to see them just like shut it down. Like the Hurricanes were coming, but they got an opportunity to end the game, and they ended it.
The craziest part about New Jersey is that Timo Meier and Jesper Bratt have combined for 2 goals through 10 games in the playoffs so far. Like Meier has 1 point, and it's a goal. And it came in this game. Like that was his first point in the playoff. Jesper Bratt has 1 goal and 5 assists through 10 games. Like those are their 2 best wingers. And like neither guy has stepped up, and they're in the second round. They haven't, well, I mean, obviously they don't have home ice in this round, but they have a legitimate chance to go back to Carolina tied 2-2. And they're just, it kind of feels like in both series thus far, like against the Rangers, like it kind of didn't feel like they were into it until game 3, and kind of same with this one. Like Carolina dominated those first 2 games, and New Jersey, like, I don't want to say took them to the woodshed. Like it was a really even matchup. Like the game was good despite it being 8-4, but like they scored 8 goals. Like how can you, like you can't really like slice it anyway. Like any way you slice it, New Jersey scored 8 goals. So I mean, Hopefully they're awake and they really turn this into a series, because it was kind of looked like Carolina might have sort of rolled through them there after those first 2 games.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll get to the other East series here soon, but like, who wants to see a Carolina-Florida East final? Like, how disinteresting would that be?
It's tough, man. Like, any way, like Florida against either of these. Okay, I don't know about you. I didn't watch. No, that's not true. I hate watching games at Florida.
Yeah, I get it.
It's
the vibe,
so.
Regardless of like, it was pretty good yesterday. I thought
it was good,
but like it's ingrained in my head that they have like 5,000 fans show up.
Yeah,
like that look is just ingrained in my head.
I just find that like they don't do like the rally towels. Like I didn't really see those going. They didn't do like a shirt giveaway so that everyone's kind of wearing the same color. Like even a team like Toronto, like they do the rally towels, but like everyone's wearing a jersey. It doesn't even matter. Because the rally towels like is a big deal. Like when you get everyone using the white towel, like it looks sick. It didn't really seem like that in Florida. Not everyone had like a jersey. Like it was just it just looked like a regular season game, I guess. And I don't know, man. Like it's just not that loud of a building, so you didn't feel like the crowd was super there. And it's especially bad when Toronto scores and it's borderline louder than if Florida scores. But I don't know. Just watching games in Florida, just it's not my favorite. Tampa's obviously different. Like they have a much more established fan base, but Florida's just they're the little brother in a non-hockey state, and so it just kind of kills the vibe. So like I'm not terribly pumped that it's likely that the Eastern Conference Final is going to have 3 games in Florida. But I mean, they're such a sick team. I almost just don't care.
Yeah. Like I'm not dissing the fact that it's Florida getting there. I love Florida. I have a ton of fun watching them.
But it's just the building. Like
but it's like it's also like Kachuk, and that would be the only superstar in that series.
I mean, the way these playoffs have gone, like you got to put Montour in there. Verhaeghe's been unfreaking believable.
Superstar. You can't be.
Okay, no, I'm not saying they're superstars. Yeah. But like that's kind of how Florida's done it, right? Like they've got their one big name, and like other guys haven't really stepped up, and that's why they've been able to do this. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I want Toronto. There are 2 things that I want to happen. I either want Toronto to actually come back and do this because I think Toronto is a more entertaining team to watch, and because seeing them come back from 3-0 would be unbelievable, or I want them to get swept because then it would be more funny.
Oh yeah, I'm all on the swept train. They've lost all respect from me for even winning a round because their motivation looks out the window. It looks like they won the Stanley Cup and are done. So I don't really understand where they are mentally. I don't.
And it's crazy, like because they. Like, you could argue they didn't even deserve to win the first round. Like, I know everyone corner was saying that, and Leafs fans were just like, we don't care. Like, we deserve to win other series and didn't, so we didn't deserve to win this series, and we won. So, like, that's great. Like, I'm not complaining about that. But through 9 games, like, Toronto's been garbage. Absolute garbage. Like, they looked so bad in this overtime game. So bad. Like, it was borderline embarrassing. Like, Nylander looks disinterested. Marner and Matthews look like they're lost. Like, completely
The winning goal
lost.
is hilarious.
It's so bad, man. It's so bad. Like, it literally looks like that kid that played, like, rep and came down to play house league. And so, like, it's sort of the fundamental thing where, like, a rep player is constantly moving and, like, looking for open ice, and the house kids are just standing watching the puck. Like, Reinhardt does whatever the fuck he wants, and he, like, dips and doodles out of the zone, back in, around the net, and he doesn't get touched by, like, 6 different guys could have hit him.
He pulls up and, like, draws up a play in his head, has enough time to do that.
It's fucked.
And then enters the zone and just walks around the whole team, and does whatever he wants. Like, no one even... I don't know. It was a crafty little play that I don't think I've really seen anybody pull off like that before. It was cool to watch, but still, like, there's got to be way more pressure on the guy.
It's crazy. Like, I'm I'm trying to think back through the play. So he kind of went in the zone, exited the zone, and then came back in, sort of dumped it around. And then the guy on the other end of the ice kind of put it back behind the net, and Reinhart picked it up and wrapped it around. And it was like, it was something along those lines. Also, just want to check with you. Make sure that you're live on the feed. I just checked mine, and I was about 15 seconds behind, so I wanted to catch up so that we're both around the same spot. But no, it was the most it was one of the most baffling goals I've ever seen, let alone in a playoff series in freaking overtime. And this is after the Leafs iced it 4 times in the span of 2 minutes. Like, Matthews and Marner didn't get on the ice in overtime. That may be the craziest part.
I don't understand it because, like, after the first round, it looked like their big guys were here to make an impact. Like, their numbers were pretty good. And it just has not translated one bit to the second round yet.
Well, what's been going around a lot, and I don't necessarily like this idea, because I didn't like that everyone was making fun of Leafs fans for, like, acting like they won the Stanley Cup. It was like, I don't know, 19 years, 7 straight years bounce in the first round, like they can celebrate. But it kind of seems like the players did the same thing. Like, it feels like they're like, okay, we accomplished our goal. Like, Dubas is safe. Keefe is, like, everyone's safe. Like, we're going to get our big contracts so we could just, like, stop trying. It's like, guys, like, Boston lost. You guys should be going to a conference final minimum.
Yeah, that was my view of it. Like, I was fine. The fans can celebrate however they want. They deserve this. Go for it. But when I'm reading that they're having cases of beer delivered to their
that was so bad, man.
After a first round victory, I don't get stuff like that. I don't know why you're acting like that. I don't know. I don't get it. But
I just don't like that was a public thing.
Yeah. Well,
I get celebrating. Like, truly 7 years in a row, losing in the first round, celebrate all you want. Don't let media know that you're having beer delivered and you're, like, soaking everyone and, like, doing your champagne shit. Like, you got to keep that quiet, man.
Like, get the lads out to a private establishment afterwards.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's crazy. It literally sounds like they did the plastic wrap on everything in the room and were, like, shaking their beer and spraying it everywhere like teams do when they win the Stanley Cup or when they win, like, in other leagues and stuff. And it just looked really bad. And now it's kind of showing that. Like, it looks like the players are tapped out and just checked out. Like, we did our job, now we're done.
And like you say, with Boston out, like, there is no excuse why this team should not have gone to an Eastern Conference final at minimum.
They like, after the first round, they were they should have been the favorites to come out of the East.
Yeah, after the first round, they were the betting favorites to win the cup.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's absurd. What do we got going on here? Okay, lottery is going to commercial. They've got the balls in the thing. It's moving around, so we're getting there. So maybe we'll take 5 minutes or so, maybe a little bit more, depending on how long it takes. They always do a lot of, like, annoying talk and stuff with the draft lotteries. So let's talk some Seattle-Dallas. I assume you didn't catch much of this game, given that you are on the East Coast and it was on a Sunday night.
Yeah, I didn't catch any of it, but I did see kind of some of because I have Elliot Friedman's tweets on notification, because normally when he tweets something, it's like of somewhat significance in the hockey world. Okay. So I just woke up to a couple of his tweets that it was like super unfortunate events for Dallas. So I don't know. I didn't get to go back and watch the highlights today. It was kind of a busy day, but maybe you could fill me in a little bit more.
Well, I watched the first period. And then I was sort of like, okay, I've watched enough hockey today. And so I turned it off. Like, I personally, like, once I've watched a game, like, I have a hard time watching 2 games in a row. Anything, like, it's not just, like, anytime I'm sitting down watching TV for 6 hours, it's like, okay, I'm done. And I missed all the goals. There were 0 goals scored in the first period, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the second, followed by 3 in the third. And I'm not going to lie, when I saw the score this morning, like, I cannot express how much of a Seattle hater I am right now. I want nothing to do with this team in a Final Four scenario. If this team goes to the Cup, I might start a riot. I don't care. I will not tolerate this team in the Stanley Cup freaking final. If Matty Beniers is the best player on a championship team, I might stop paying attention to this league, and I will freaking close all of our accounts, delete all of our social media. I'm done with hockey, done with the podcast, everything. Like I cannot express nothing against the franchise, nothing against the individual
it sounds
players.
Pretty personal. I don't know.
It sounds personal. It is personal. I do not want this team going any further. I'm already pissed that they beat Colorado. If they beat Dallas, I'm going to be livid. Don't even get me started on if they beat Vegas or Edmonton either. Like if they face Vegas in the conference final, I will cheer for Vegas. Like I don't care. Like
oh yeah. I didn't really think I shared this sentiment. Definitely not like as aggressively as you do. I didn't think I did anyways, but then I saw the score this morning and I was just kind of like fuck off. So yeah, I think I'm getting to that level. I think I'm getting to the level.
Can you imagine if we get a Seattle-Florida Stanley Cup final?
I will.
No, like
you know what?
For real?
I'll be okay with Florida.
Florida's fine.
If you give me Seattle, Carolina, I'll lose my mind. I won't watch. I may not watch.
So okay, excluding Toronto right now because they're down 3-0. And because like they were kind of both of our picks for a dream final, although I think you're still very much on the New Jersey train. So I might have just answered my question because your Stanley Cup final from your bracket still exists. Is that your dream final right now? Like you want Edmonton, Jersey? Like that's what you are hoping for?
Oh yeah, that's been my dream from the beginning.
Okay. Yeah.
I really want to see that. I think Jersey is a much like. Sure, they don't have the playoff experience, but I just think they're such a solid team. Like they're going to be a hard out.
It looks like they're about to start this year. You got Kevin Weeks up on the stage, so that's fun. But I want to give one final thought. Like, I want Dallas. Like either, and if Edmonton loses I want Dallas. Like I love Dallas. I'm so in on this Dallas team. Like I think a Dallas versus New Jersey final would be so cool. I think I want Edmonton more. I don't buy into the cheering for a Canadian team once your team's out kind of thing. I'm not a fan of that at all.
I didn't really think that way. Like I'm
talking to Bedard right now.
Oh, of course they are.
Anyway, sorry.
Anyway. I didn't really, or I felt pretty much the same way up until this year, and then people like really started talking about a Toronto-Edmonton potential final, and then I got like really psyched up for that potentially happening, and now Toronto has just lost 3 straight, and I'm like, I don't care anymore.
But was the Toronto-Edmonton final like, Canada gets a cup, or was it McDavid Matthews?
I think a little bit of both. In my mind, actually.
Yeah. I personally don't give 2 shits about the fact that the Stanley Cup hasn't come to Canada since 1993. Like, I'm not huge. Like, I don't really care which country wins the cup. Like, I'm not going to cheer for a Canadian team because they're a Canadian team. I'm going to cheer for whichever team has the coolest players and that I enjoy watching the most, or whoever has the old guy that needs a cup kind of thing. Like, that's kind of also the appeal to Dallas is Pavelski.
Yeah.
But and their core is just unreal. But no, I mean Edmonton, like just in terms of pure entertainment value, like seeing them win a cup would be extremely cool. And like right now, Leon Draisaitl's the Conn Smythe winner, and I think that's very cool. I think that's
he's
really
at
awesome.
13 goals already in the record.
Oh man, 18? We haven't even talked about this yet. Like that's crazy.
He's at 13. The record is 18, I think. Yeah.
The record's 19. The record's 19. Yeah. And it was set, I was reading this actually like this morning. The record is 19, and it was set in 1972, and it was done in 16 games. So, like, ignore the games because, like, guys scored 100 goals a year back then. Or maybe not 100, but, like, whatever. And I'm pretty sure there was like a limit, or I don't know how many teams were in the league back then, but there's no way the rounds, I bet you the rounds weren't 7 games, or there was only 3 rounds or something. So that's why it was only 16 games. But like Draisaitl, it might not even matter. Like he might just get to 19 in less than 16 games. And it's like, okay, that'd be insane. Like he's going to crush the record. If they get through Vegas, he's going to crush the record.
Yeah, the dude is just a man possessed right now. Like,
it's absurd.
I thought we were gonna finally see like the absurdly stupid playoffs from McDavid that we've been waiting to see.
We got that last year.
Yeah, we did. But I thought we were going to see a similar level, especially after the regular season. And he's been good, don't get me wrong. But Leon Draisaitl has been the best player in these playoffs.
I mean, like, McDavid has 15 points in 8 games.
I know.
Like, that's unbelievable. And he hasn't been anywhere close to the best player on his team, which is what's the stupidest part. Yeah. Like, Draisaitl has 13 goals, Rantanen has 7, and Rantanen is out right now. Like, your next leading goal scorer that's still in the second round is Brandon Montour at 6.
That's so stupid.
It's so stupid, man. And then, like, Evan Bouchard has 14 points. Like, how you doing? Matthew Tkachuk has 15. Like, that's kind of expected. But no, like, it's crazy. Like, these playoffs are absolutely absurd. Okay, so Bill Daly is about to start the lottery, so we are going to shift our focus over to this, and everyone can get a nice view of my side profile for the next few minutes.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Imagine we just, like, see a switch here at 16.
Oh, I need to see, like, what's the order of which teams it should be.
I honestly have no clue. Okay. That's Calgary remains at 16 here.
You just got to that?
Oh, no. I was just speaking because...
Okay. Oh, yeah, it would have been a lot of dead air. What pick are you at? What pick are you at? Are we lined up right now?
Well, what are you at? Is 14 just being
I just saw who got
right
14. I just saw who got 14.
Okay, you're like 5 seconds ahead of me.
Okay, then I won't say anything. Yeah. So Pittsburgh got 14. The upcoming pick is supposed to be Buffalo.
All right. Tell me when you see Buffalo.
Just saw Buffalo.
Okay.
Are we close?
I just saw it.
Okay. Maybe I'll pause mine for like 3 seconds. Okay, I think I'm like 2 seconds ahead of you. I just kind of heard it in your background. Okay, 12th pick. This is the Sens one.
Right, yeah.
We were hoping for that 3%, moving up to number 2 for Fantilli. So that pick's going to go to Arizona.
Rip the
next up is the Vancouver slot. So we'll see what happens here. Oh my god, I'm nervous right now. Like, why am I nervous? I should be nervous. Number 11.
They don't get the home.
Oh, Vancouver got it. Damn. Okay. Into the top 10. Here comes St. Louis. This is where some chaos can happen. Oh, man.
I'm so, like, scared to see a switch.
Why am I nervous right now? Who's this supposed to be? Supposed to be St. Louis?
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
St. Louis.
Holy mother. It's going to go to commercial, though, so we're not going to get it, like, right away. We're going to have to actually, like, talk another couple minutes here. Coming up, 9th pick. Supposed to be Detroit.
Oh, please, no. Don't do it.
Oh, my God.
Don't do it.
Okay.
Good. Okay.
I'm getting so nervous, man. Okay. Oh, I think I'm okay with any team that gets it from here on out. Actually, no, not Montreal. Montreal can freaking kick rocks.
I would rather die than Montreal.
Who's this supposed to be? Is this supposed to be Washington?
I don't know. I missed it.
Oh, man. Washington. Okay. Oh, my God. We're getting to the top 7.
Okay,
holy crap.
Washington. Washington
was the bandwagon cynic pick. No one had talked about Washington getting the pick, and they had a 6% chance.
No Philly. No.
Okay. Oh, Philly kept it. It's going to be top 6. This one's Arizona. Please show me Arizona. I do not want Arizona in this. Oh, yeah. I do not want Arizona in this top 2. Oh, my God. Please show me Arizona.
It's gonna
6th overall.
Isn't it?
Yes.
No.
Yes. I hope they get Mitchkov at that pick. I hope Mitchkov falls to 6 and they get him. Because then it'll hopefully line up with him coming to North America with the arena.
No Montreal.
Are they going to wait to do top 3 or are they going to do top 5? Oh, no, they're doing 5th. Oh, my God.
Show me Montreal.
Ryan. Oh, my God.
Okay,
holy
good.
crap.
Stay
Okay,
out
who's
of the
it down
Atlantic.
to? It's down to Anaheim, Columbus, San Jose, and Chicago.
Okay. Just no Chicago and I'm happy.
They're going to go to commercial after. Show me Chicago right now. Show me Chicago 4th overall.
Yeah. Show me Chicago.
Show me Chicago 4th overall.
Show me Chicago. Show me Chicago.
Come on.
Oh.
Shit. Damn it. That's who I wanted. God damn. Okay, for those who don't know, San Jose just got the 4th pick. And now they're going to go to commercial for the top 3? Yes. They're going to commercial? Yeah, They're going to go to commercial. Okay. So we got a couple minutes. We got Chicago, Columbus, and Anaheim left. Power rank. Man. Power rank. I just don't want him in the East, man. Like, the West needs to be beefed up a little, but I don't want him in Chicago. So
my
Anaheim,
power ranking
I guess.
is Anaheim, Columbus, Chicago. I'm pumped if he doesn't end up in Chicago.
I'd be, honestly. If I hate the Blackhawks for their existence because they'd be such a dream. Like, I wish Chicago.
San Jose.
Yeah, me too.
Because
honestly,
I want him out west and I want him in Cali, but the Ducks are just going to be too stacked.
I was so looking forward to the conversation of, that's a good point. I think we've talked about that. If Bedard had gone to San Jose,
so stacked.
The battle of like California with LA, San Jose, and Anaheim would have been crazy.
That's my main motivation, or was my main motivation for wanting San Jose.
Damn. No, I would have been interested. I was hoping San Jose would win it, and then we could have the do they keep Erik Karlsson now conversation.
Right. Yeah.
I think I mentioned that a while ago, just in passing, because we weren't talking about the lottery. We weren't talking about Bedard, but I just had that thought because I think we might have been talking about EK or San Jose, and I think I mentioned that. That would have been a really interesting decision. Like, what would you have done if you were San Jose and you won this lottery? Would you have still traded Erik Karlsson, or would you have kept him to like beef up the power play and like have him there for that next era?
No, I'm still trading him. If you can get, I don't know, like if you can still get high value out of them, like assuming someone's still willing to give. I know, assuming someone's still going to give you a first round pick or something, which I think they could still get very much so. They should anyways. I do that in a heartbeat still. Like they're still going in a different direction. I don't think you can spin this around on EK's last final years.
But I almost wonder if San Jose would have like shifted their own timeline if you get Bedard, because he's that kind of guy, right? Like he's a timeline changer.
They just don't really have anyone else. Like Eklund that's it. I can't think of anyone else they have to build.
I can't remember who they drafted last year. But I don't know. I really hope Mike Greer stops being so like demanding with his Erik Karlsson return, because I get it. He put up 100 points, but the contract is so bad. Anyway, we can talk about that in the offseason. Okay, we're back here. Right. Anaheim, Columbus, and Chicago, the top 3 odds in the draft lottery, are still remaining. I keep forgetting this is the pregame also for Oilers versus Golden Knights. So, damn.
Just show me
not Chicago. Just not Chicago for first overall. Give me Chicago at 3.
No way they're talking right now. Just like show me the 3.
Show me the picks, man.
So much. Are they gonna go to like each team's representative? Because they do that
and like
sometimes.
Show who all is there. I hope you know how cool it'd be if they show who gets the first pick and then they cut immediately to the war room for that team. See them sally. Like, I don't know if you remember, but when Zion was coming into the NBA in 2019, they showed the Pelicans war room when they won the lottery, and they lost their shit. It was sick.
Yeah, well, I think they do normally show them, but there's never any like fun reactions in the hockey. Okay.
I really hope a video comes out of whoever wins this lottery of them just like selling hard in their war room.
Okay.
Oh shit! Chicago. Right into it. Okay.
Show me Chicago. Number 3.
Oh my god.
No.
Oh, they're still getting Leo Carlson. Shit, man.
No.
That doesn't mean Chicago won it, though.
I know. But
They
still.
could still get second overall. Oh my god,
Wow.
dude. Fuck off. No way Chicago gets this guy.
Look at Kyle Davidson's little smirk.
Oh, man.
Oh my
Fuck
god.
off.
Okay,
Fuck
here
off.
we go.
Fuck off.
Anaheim.
Anaheim. No!
No!
Man! Oh, no, please.
Chicago gets
Oh
the
my
bag.
god, dude. Holy shit. Oh, man.
No way.
Fuck that, dude. I hate hockey. Oh,
Hockey sucks.
man.
This is the worst outcome.
That's so bad. That's so bad. This is like, when did the Kyle Beach stuff come out? A year ago? Year and a half? And now, like, oh, man. Like, I get you can't rig it against the team. But, like... Now I'm low-key, like, worried.
Kyle Davidson.
No, I turned it off. Now I'm low-key worried that, like, Bedard's going to be hated on because now he's in this market that everyone hates.
Oh, Twitter's going to be so mad.
Oh, it's going to be so bad. Holy crap, dude.
Wow.
Man.
I'm just stunned.
I'm so angry. I'm so angry. Like, what's the approach now? What's the approach now? Like, do we...
And, like, not even the Kyle Beach stuff, which is horrendous, obviously, but it was also one of the most, like, outwardly aggressive forms of tanking we've, like, ever seen.
That too.
It worked.
Yeah, I didn't even consider that even.
It was just like the most aggressive tank we've like ever seen.
I was literally only considering the bad juju that the franchise has just because of their PR over the last 2 years. But man, the blatant tank job, like fuck. That sucks, man. That sucks. Like, so here's my thing, and I'm gonna I just need to get this thought. Like, what's the approach now? Because I want the Chicago Blackhawks franchise to be a disaster for the next 10 years because that's what they deserve. Yeah. But now they have this generational guy that I'm going to want to root for. So now I don't know what to do.
I know. I'm in the exact same boat. I'm completely, like, overwhelmed right now. I don't even know what to think.
Like, I truly, like, I'm so conflicted right now. Like,
I never once considered Chicago because I, like, was manifesting that.
Was so vehemently against them getting him. Like, all I want to do right now is talk about how wicked of a young core they could have with Bedard and Korchinski and how good Bedard is going to look in those sweet, sweet jerseys. But I just can't. I cannot bring myself to do that because it feels disrespectful to fucking humanity. Like,
yeah, I was ready to talk about him in like any other situation, but now I just I don't want to.
Oh man, frick! That's so upsetting. That is so upsetting.
Wow. Like in all the talk that we had done, like. Or, like, even thinking to myself, I really never once considered this, even though, like, I very much should have prepared myself for this outcome. I didn't.
No one prepares for worst-case scenarios, right? Like, this was worst-case scenario. Like, I would have rathered Arizona over this.
I would have rathered any team. I was just talking about how I was going to kill myself if Montreal got it. I would have much rathered Montreal.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, this sucks so hard. Oh, I'm pissed. I don't know. I don't know what to add. I feel like we need to just like end this off and like reconvene on Sunday and talk about it. Maybe we can like gather our thoughts. But I just don't know because like I have the thoughts. There's the hockey thoughts. Like objectively, Bedard's gonna be in a big market, original six franchise. They have other good young players that they've drafted. Kevin Korchinski's gonna be awesome. But I it feels disrespectful to only talk about that. Does it not?
Yeah. No, it
like there's a sense
does.
of like
I don't want to talk about how they're gonna turn this corner and go on a run of like super success because they just drafted the next generational player. No, because the last time they were building a dynasty, they were hiding up sexual assault allegations. Like, come on, man. Are we gonna go through that cycle again? I know they just got rid of everybody, but I don't know, man. It's just
everyone's losing their shit on Twitter right now.
Good.
Apparently Kevin Weeks accidentally spoiled that Columbus dropped to 3 before they showed it.
Really?
Yeah. So I didn't see that because I didn't really have volume on, so I wasn't really paying attention. Oh. Man, like it's actually insane.
It does kind of feel rigged. Like it feels.
I'm not having that conversation. I
know. But like, if the NHL were gonna place it in, oh no, they probably would have done Arizona, to be honest.
But like, I don't know, man. It's just hard. Like, I want to have an objective take about this.
Yeah.
Objectively, it's going to be good for the league because great generational player in one of their biggest markets. But subjectively, this is literally worst case scenario. And like, apparently it was like very spoiled. But
yeah, I'm seeing all sorts of
like
this.
Apparently Weeks like was like Columbus dropped to 3, but they hadn't showed the card flip, which is hilarious. I need to see that video. Like I need to find that. But the thing that apparently now is people are talking about, I already turned it off, so I don't know what's being talked about. I don't know what's on the TV right now. But apparently the Sportsnet crew is just talking about like how Chicago needs this and they've gone through a rigorous rebuild and shit. And it's like, guys, it's been a year.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sending you the Kevin Weeks thing. Holy crap, that's hilarious. That's so bad.
Where did you send it?
On Twitter. Like that just shows that it's not really live. Like that's crazy.
No, it's not live. It's not live. They do it earlier in the day. Okay, here, just hold up. Yeah. I'm gonna watch it.
It's just such a bad look.
And there is our first change in the order, with Columbus dropping to 3rd. So now either Anaheim or Chicago will select first overall. Anaheim has never selected first overall. And the last time
Dude, that was before they went to commercial.
Yeah.
He's so bad, man. He is so bad. Oh, man. Oh, I think we need to end this and not have anything else.
I'm gonna get mad.
Fuck. What's the title of this pod? Like, fuck. Like all capitals. Maybe. We probably can't do that. We probably shouldn't do that. But like, oh man. Okay. All right. Let's end this episode. Ryan, hit the outro. Episode 26. Bedard's gonna be a Blackhawk. I don't know how to feel about it. I do know how to feel about it. It's not how I want to feel about it. I'm upset.
I wanted to be excited about Bedard's.
Anyway. Hopefully our reactions were fun to listen to. Bye.